Welcome back to Buzzin', everybody. I'm Relix.
I'm Juice.
And I'm Corey.
Hey, guys, look at that. He's finally on.
Yes.
Glad to be here.
How long we've been waiting now? Imagine that he didn't take 9 years to get on the show.
I had some things to do here and there.
That's all right. You finally made it. We're super
Glad to be
excited. And this is episode 9.
It is.
So we're edging close to the 10th episode. Let's not act ignorant of it. The main objective of this week's episode is obviously to reminisce and pay respects and show our condolences for the legend Kobe Bryant and his recent passing.
And all the other people that were
yes,
in the
Everybody
crash.
affected by the tragedy.
and the other people involved, the families left behind, and his daughter and the crew and whoever else was in the helicopter with them.
Yeah.
That'll be the main. We had other stories to share, and that will no longer be the case. We will start it off, though, because I feel like it's his first episode. We don't necessarily want to start off on a sad note. So I think we'll kick it off by getting to know a little bit about Mr. Napier here.
We should have did the test.
Hello, everybody.
We should have did the test that you did for me on the first
I
episode.
can probably still remember it. I think.
I know one of them. That's it.
I mean, we
can
can
know
go
two
through
of them.
something.
I could probably still remember it.
3 of them. I know 3 of them.
So do this. So, okay, this is what it is.
It's 3 questions.
What is your favorite animal? And you cannot say dog because you like dogs. What's your favorite actual wild animal?
Favorite wild animal? Probably a chimpanzee.
Interesting. Okay, chimp. Now, what I do need my notes for, though, because I almost forgot about this part of the quiz.
Is it still on there?
No, I'll just
Imagine.
write down. Chimp. Now give me 3 words to describe a chimp. Adjectives.
Free,
3.
agile,
Mm-hmm.
loving.
Okay. That's 2. But
Loving chimps.
Hey, they love each other. They
They
clean
do.
each other every single day in, day out. They got each other's backs.
that's true. You got a third one right now.
A third thing.
You
a
said
third.
agile and loving. 3
Except free.
Free?
Yeah, free.
Okay.
Not
Oh,
3,
I thought-
free.
That's hilarious.
I thought you said
thought
3.
You were repeating 3.
I was like, yeah,
Ah,
3.
Just so you guys know, I do mumble through a lot of sentences, so if you catch me, leave a comment below.
We'll get it together. All right, so that was your favorite animal, chimp. What is your favorite article of clothing specifically?
Hat.
Which hat? It's specific. If it's not the hat you have on today, you have to tell us which hat and describe it.
Probably be this hat. White always goes with everything. Kind of, it's that go-to.
Give
Fits
us
in
3 adjectives to describe that
Objectives.
hat. It cannot be the color of it.
Objectives?
Adjectives.
I was like, objectives? I was like, I don't know what
To
this...
describe the hat. Cannot be the color of it.
Oh, bold. Stylish.
Ooh. Oof. Oof. Feel it.
Did you
Icy.
Oof. Icy. Oof.
Okay.
Even though it's dirty right now.
Man.
Dirty.
But it's 3
Dirty
years
as
old,
hell,
so like,
boy.
it's seen a couple softball games.
What's your favorite body of water? You don't have to be specific here, but I mean, it could literally be pool, pond, ocean,
Any
lake,
body of water.
river,
My favorite type.
reservoir, peninsula.
It's a hard
Peninsula is a piece of land.
You're a piece of land.
Okay. It's called an inlet, I think. I don't know.
Inland?
Inlet.
one. Let's go with rivers.
Rivers.
Wow.
All right.
Hey, if you wanted me to go
So
basic, I always
describe-
said pool,
now
but
you have to-
rivers are pretty wide.
Now you got to describe the rivers.
3 adjectives.
They're, hard on the spot.
Hard on the spot. Oh, that's not it? Okay. All right, go ahead.
Living.
Living.
Okay.
They're not, but that's fine.
They're live.
Continuous.
Okay.
Until they're not.
That's
Until
a
they're-
good
Until
one.
they're not.
Until they dry up. Global warming.
They're always running. And then, blissful.
Wow. Did you prepare for this?
No.
Do you have any idea?
He watched-
I'm just
the-
picturing a river right now, just sitting there
Okay.
on the
He
side
got
of
real
it,
deep
nice
with
and
it.
calm.
He got real deep
Because
with
here's
it.
nice
my
little
thing.
fishing line
That's
into
poetic.
it.
That's poetic.
People are definitely going to think that you prepared for this.
100.
He had no idea.
No,
you probably
like-
watched the episode, but you probably don't remember anything about this. So,
That was like poetic though.
I kind of remember it, but at the
Really
same time,
got me in the
not a
feels.
clue.
all right. So, to get to know Corey, our third co-host to finally show his face. To get to know Corey, he told us his favorite animal is a chimp. And you gave us 3 adjectives to describe that chimp. You said they are agile, loving, and free. And the way you describe your favorite animal is supposed to be the way that you perceive yourself.
Huh.
So you think you're a chimp.
Aren't we all?
You think you're loving?
Think you're giving yourself a little credit there. You think you're loving, free, and agile.
A little bit.
Nobody's free. Okay, so
We're all as
Number
free as we
two.
make ourselves to be.
number 2 was your favorite article of clothing. Specifically, you said that white Nike hat. The 3
What was that
adjectives you gave us for that was bold, stylish, and icy. The way you perceive your favorite article of clothing is supposed to translate to the way others perceive you.
Oh, that's
Bold,
definitely
stylish,
not true.
and icy.
Icy.
Icy. I'm so very icy.
So, number 3, we asked you your favorite body of water. You told us rivers. We asked you 3 adjectives. You said living, continuous, and blissful. The way you describe your favorite body of water is to translate into how you perceive sex. So, living, continuous, and
I don't know
blissful.
about y'all guys. But
And to add on to that,
Blissful.
you also said, when I said give me 3 adjectives about a river, you said that's hard on the spot. So I thought,
I was wondering why you giggled at it.
I thought that was interesting. So we know a little bit about
It's also
Corey.
continuous.
One thing I want to ask real quick to my co-host. Looking at the chair, when she said, "Oh, broken," did she mean literally? Because if I'm looking at the stand of the globe, and then the globe, it no longer looks like it's one.
Yeah, but the Earth is tilted, so that's what it's doing. A tilting.
The
Isn't
bar-
the Earth already tilted?
Ooh. But the bar coming out of the
I don't know, dude.
globe it doesn't look super broken.
I don't know, bruv.
Get
I
that
can't
neck
tell.
up there.
I can't.
Get that long neck. Use that long neck for something, bruh.
Can't see it.
All right. We'll check after. I think my globe's broken. We got a new globe.
We
Hey,
Upgrade 'em.
one falls, another one takes its
got a
place.
new one. Look at that. Just look at that. Spin it.
We call that. It's
It's mesmerizing.
I spin it too high.
You spun it the wrong way though.
That's
Right now we're going backwards in time.
Yeah.
Time travel. I've been to the year.
Stop it.
2000.
Quit.
I don't even know what song you're talking about.
I don't know what he's talking about either.
The year 3000. Jonas Brothers from Disney Channel. Imagine.
Wow.
I've
You
been
went
to the
straight to
year
Jonas Brothers.
The
3000.
Jonas Brothers?
I would have
Not
known
much
Justin
to
Bieber
see,
before I
but
know
they
Jonas
changed
Brothers.
Yes.
Water. And you're great,
All right.
great.
Please, for the love of God.
Do we
I sing
gotta?
every episode.
Do we gotta play a little
if you guys
clip
want
of
to
Camp Rock
unsubscribe to
here?
the channel, go ahead.
No, there was a comment under the last video that said, "Can we have an entire cover album of Nickelback and me singing it after I sang like
Ooh.
2 Nickelback?"
I know
a
I've
good
seen
one.
that.
I can see that too. And Justin has to sit there the whole time.
Oh God.
Oh, so Rebecca and I took a road trip
Be the
yesterday,
worst.
and we listened to one entire Nickelback album
Jesus.
for the memes. She has a video of me singing "Animals." Oh, but I'll put it in the clip. At one point, I was like, instead of singing what was it? And that's when she said, oh, it's when he says, and that's when she said, "That's my dad outside the car." But in my remix, I was like, and that was when she started screaming, "Go to YouTube/buzzden.com." I sang that while I was, so maybe that'll be the new intro to the videos. Tell us a little bit about yourself real quick.
Let the people know.
Well, I am 23 years old. Actually, about to be 24.
That's not how you start.
I
That's how you
know.
start.
That's how I'm starting.
From-
From a cell, from a cellular organism to where you are today.
You want me to go through the whole process?
Yes. We want to know.
I mean, I can go in depth, but this might be a little.
No.
What
rated
position
R.
was
Tell
involved?
us about your upbringing. Oh,
Imagine.
big dog.
Well, grew up with my mom, my grandma, my sister mostly. My dad was around for a little bit at the beginning, but slowly kind of tapered off. And then here recently, we actually have developed that relationship, and I'm 100% happy that he is back in our lives and everything,
Me too.
especially like our past and everything. So, but I am actually happily engaged, just like Relics over here. Have been for about a year and a half now. The wedding is actually this summer, so super excited about that.
Get your tickets at buzzden.com/merch. No, I'm just
Going for $300 pop.
Tickets to
There'll
his
be
wedding.
great food and free alcohol.
Yeah.
But as I said at the beginning, I'm 23 years old. Born on leap year, so I actually have a birthday this
He's actually
year.
only 7 years old, by the way.
6, get it
Six.
right.
Is that what it was? Because you know what's funny is I told someone about this the other day. I was talking at work. I was like, "Yeah, I know somebody who's born on leap year."
Yeah,
and
it's
I
a
was
trip,
talking about you, and I was like, "I'm pretty sure he's like 6 years." I was like, I think he's like 7 years
Yeah.
old technically.
See,
You know?
normally like on my birthdays every other year, where I don't have one, it's just another year for me. I kind of go through the days. People are like, "Oh, happy birthday!" It could
That's
be on
my
the
fault.
28th or the 1st.
That's-
So like when a year comes around, when I actually have one, I'm gonna get a little messed
I've
up.
waited 4 years for this.
But that's
waited
partially
so
my
long.
fault because when we were
Yeah.
kids, you always wanted to celebrate your birthday every year, and I wouldn't let you.
Because you're
He'd
not
be
You
allowed.
like-
claimed it was
He
a
would
dog's
text me-
birthday
he
before
would-
my own.
I would come over to his house like to play football or something, and he'd be like, "Are you forgetting something today?" And I'm like, "No."
Today's not your
Straight
birthday.
face
It's
too.
not
He knew what he was
2
doing.
years, I'll let you know.
That's funny.
Anyway, so go ahead. Continue. I'm gonna
Why
press
am I friends with you?
the play button because
Why are you? Why?
because I talked about that when I did the questionnaire because you can tolerate me. That's the only reason why.
That's true.
The people I still have are friends. All right, go ahead.
But yep, 23 years young, about to be 6 years old, and just it's so hard to say and actually get through.
That sounds really good.
Wants to buy the 6-year-old a
26.
drink. But no, I'm actually progressing in my career right now, slowly building up. Have been for the past couple years, but me and my fiance Courtney, we actually feel like we're at a point in our lives where we are able to take next steps, move on, actually start building more.
Yeah.
Especially with the wedding coming around the corner,
Yeah.
we're just excited about that.
Yeah.
Start our lives, get going.
Nice.
That's good, man.
Well, good. I appreciate you letting us in on your.
Appreciate you guys having me on finally.
Well,
Shout out to Courtney. Congratulations.
Courtney,
Yeah.
I love you. I
Even
know
though
you're going to be watching this. So.
only if Corey makes her.
Make me
you know,
dinner.
speaking of people watching it, it's been interesting because so Rebecca just reposted it today, hoping more people would grasp it. The average views in the past few videos has been like having every video, but what's been interesting to me is I've had more people in the past 7 days in person tell me that they watch the show every week than ever.
Yeah.
More, at least
It's cool,
4
man.
people
Yeah.
I can name have come up to me and been like, just so you know, your show is a go-to for me every single week when I'm doing this,
It's
this
fun,
or that.
man. I think we have fun on the shows.
I appreciate those people.
And you know what else is interesting? On the episodes where we have like 180 views, there's 12 comments, 12 likes,
Mm-hmm.
blah, blah, blah. On the last video, there's 40 views, and there's 12 comments and 12 likes.
Yeah.
So it's the same people. So I think eventually what I'm going to do is, no matter how big the channel gets, in a month or two, I'm going to do another giveaway just to those like 40 people that have watched every week, that have engaged in the comments, that have liked the video, that have subscribed, because we just really appreciate that core
Yeah,
following
for
of
sure.
people that tune in every week. It means a lot because whether it's if there was 3 people that wanted to watch the show every single week, that would be enough to make me never stop doing it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's
So I don't need 500
well, that's the
people
thing, and
watching.
also it's like when you brought up the idea of starting this whole thing, and you talked to me and Corey about it. It was just like, hey, let's just do it because we want to have. It's fun to do
It'll
this
be
stuff.
fun.
It really is.
Right.
Like we don't really,
I
that really
agree.
doesn't bother
No.
me at all.
I agree.
Especially just doing it as a hobby, and then
Yeah.
you find out somebody actually enjoys it.
Yeah.
Right.
It makes you want to rapidly produce it.
Yeah.
And you
yeah.
Just
never-
because you're like, all right, somebody
Yeah.
is listening to even like the randomest of rants, the randomest of skits, or like
Yeah. Exactly.
topics or anything.
Yeah, and we talked about when the weather starts to clear up, we might try to find, if we can find a good way to shoot it, we might start doing like course vlogs on golf courses.
Yeah.
So when that starts, if you know anyone who plays golf or enjoys watching golf, you can have them tune in.
Yeah.
I've also had people tell me, I love watching your show every week, but every time you guys get to gaming, I fast forward. Or every time you guys get to sports, I
Yeah.
fast forward. And I'm okay with that. I think when you look up everything on a podcast to be successful, a lot of the things tell you pick a certain niche
Niche.
and stick to it.
Niche.
Like you only
Yeah.
talk about cutting knives if that's what you do. You're a knife
I
shop.
don't like that.
But
though.
we're not. I stopped kind of calling us a podcast a while ago, and I need to change the social media handles because I think we're a show. I think it's a show,
Yeah.
and I think
For
we
sure a show.
and I think we talk about a lot of different things on purpose. That way, it brings value to a lot of different people. If you want to just listen to sports until your ears bleed, you can have Sports Center for that.
Yeah.
This is a hub for a lot of different stories, and today would have been the same thing. It would have been a melting pot of stories if we didn't have the tragedy that we did yesterday.
Yeah. But no, I agree with you. Like, I totally agree with you. It's like I like doing different stuff. Just coming on here and just talking sometimes it's talking about actual things that are happening in the world, which is it's cool and everything. But I like to come on here like we're doing now. We just talk about bullshit.
Like,
And
I
it's
want to
fun.
come on here and not be restricted. Like, I know so many different accounts on social media where they're one note and they post something else. Like, say it's a
one
golf
trick,
account, and they post a picture of their dog. People
People
in
get mad
comments
about it.
blowing them up like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
You should only stay on
Like,
golf
where's
this, golf
your
that."
where's the picture of your new driver? Like,
Right. Where's your
You know.
loyalty? Like,
yeah,
And that's why I didn't
I just
want
wanna talk about my dog.
I didn't want to start the show that way. I want to build a following on people who enjoy watching us or who enjoy getting news on a bunch of different topics from the beginning. That way, later on, when we got bored about talking about just golf on every single show, we didn't have to stick to it. That's why a lot of people fall off the wagon and after a year or two stop making videos or whatever because they get tired of doing the same content.
Yeah.
But their following won't have it any other way.
yeah.
Yep.
So, anyways, I'm excited about that.
like it's
By the
good to
way,
grow that
while we're
following,
on
but at
this-
the
while
same
we're on
time,
this-
you always
I
want.
mean, just while we're on the subject, don't forget to like,
yeah. Go
subscribe,
ahead and click down there.
share
and
the
subscribe,
Yes.
content here.
please.
Please.
We really appreciate it.
Every like comment, it doesn't even tell me. I have to go look up who's liked it. It doesn't even tell me at first, but whenever I'm at work or wherever and I see that we have a new like or a new comment, I'll have you know on the Facebook page, it even says when you go to the page, there was a 0.01 second response time on average. 0.01 second. Because the second I get a notification on my phone, boom, right on it. Because I want to stay engaged with everybody. One time we had a
Yeah,
random
have
person
to.
comment on the video that I've never talked to before in life, and he shared me a story about his dad and what he does on holidays. Love that kind of stuff. Like,
Well, we
I
need to
love
share that, I think.
I love engaging with people. I have to find it and
If
share
we,
it.
I mean, we have to ask
Yeah.
them, of course.
Yeah.
Definitely
to-
have to shout that guy out.
I'll have to find it and share it. It was a while back. But I just love that kind of stuff. I love talking to people who watch the show because I want to know if you hated it, if you loved it, if you had a story that related to it. Last time I asked for people to comment down below if they liked Nickelback or if they liked Nicolas Cage, and we got a couple
Which how was that?
I've seen a
poll?
couple people say I like both. I was like,
Which side did it lean towards most?
People liked it. The only people that
Liked
commented
it.
I mean, yeah, the comments I seen, people like them, and I was like,
Yeah.
I gave, you know why? Because
Yeah.
I gave them an outlet to go ahead and be honest with.
Yeah.
It.
I'm just,
Because when you're in a room of people that are like, dude, Nickelback's trash, then everyone's going to say Nickelback's
Then you might
trash.
get those people that actually just want to disagree with Juice over there.
Yeah.
Just be like, nope,
Rebecca and I
Nickelback.
listened to
Yeah.
listened to Nickelback yesterday. I told her we listened to Rockstar. We're jamming out.
we're jamming.
And I'm going,
Those two
if
words.
Justin looks at me in the face and says that the second that song dropped and he heard it for the first time, he did not jam out to the lyrics, I'll never trust him.
Never once did.
I don't believe
I
it.
used to have that as a ringtone
Never once did.
on the Motorola
Never
Razor.
once did.
That was a ringtone.
You never looked at that when he was like,
Never once
when Chad
in
Kroger
my
said something about
life.
Listen, when Chad Kroger said something about
Chad Kroger. Never.
when Chad
That's all
Kroger,
I
He
can
has
say.
so many different outlets.
when Chad,
Nickelback.
when Chad Kroger said something about I want to get free meals and pretty much just sign autographs to get free meals, and that guy in the background goes, "I'll have a quesadilla." Ha ha. You didn't feel that? That didn't resonate with you? All right.
Snooze fest, brev.
Whatever. All right. Well, so this
Not
all
entertained.
also, by the way, if it seems like I'm going to kind of rush things along, it's because the past two episodes have been an hour long, and we actually had a Facebook poll on what people would prefer, and I think the majority preferred 0 to 30.
Yeah.
But what I think that means we're going to do is we're going to start recording like we normally would. Halfway through a video, we'll do like a mid outro, like, all right, guys, that was part one, and then we'll keep recording.
Yeah.
And that'll be part two. I'll cut it in half. I'll edit
Yeah.
each separately and upload them 2 days apart from each other. But for this episode, we're just going to keep it short.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
let's
Once
transition into the real meat on why we're here. We just obviously had to introduce Corey.
Yeah. So, for those of you who don't know, yesterday pretty much the world in general, not just the sporting world, but this guy was well loved by everyone pretty much. Kobe Bryant, the great NBA basketball superstar, him and his daughter passed away in a helicopter crash yesterday morning. It was actually a total of 9 people in the crash that died. No one survived, unfortunately, but him and his daughter were a part of that. Those people that were on the helicopter. There were the names of the people. I can't.
We can
have
just post them in the
yeah,
description.
I do
we'll
have
post
them.
it.
I do have them here though. But so the victims were his 13-year-old daughter, which is really sad. Being a
GG.
father myself, when you see stuff like that, and you're like, someone's daughter died, it really tears you up. Other than losing Kobe, it's himself, his daughter dying. And then not only that, but there was the pilot whose name was, like I said, we'll post his name. His name is, I'm trying to pronounce this, but it's Ara Zabayan. I don't know. But then there's Sarah and Peyton Chester. Sarah is Peyton's mother. And Peyton is I didn't see an age, but they just said she was middle school aged. So she's probably around the same age as Kobe's daughter.
Yeah.
And then there was Christina Mauser. She was actually the Harbor Day basketball coach. And Harbor Day is actually the coach that Gianna, who is Kobe's daughter, goes to. So she was her basketball coach at school. And then there was so then there's another kid, it's just, that's tough. And then there's John Altabelli, who's a baseball coach for he does some college, like some small college, junior college baseball coach, and his wife Carrie and his daughter Alyssa. So those are all the victims, unfortunately. So our, like I said, our condolences, like we said earlier, going out to their families. Are going out to
them let's go ahead and do for those 9 victims, go ahead and do a moment of silence. Rest in peace. Corey, what did Kobe mean to you when you were growing up?
Oh, Kobe, not necessarily the same icon as everybody else, because I didn't really grow the appeal to basketball as I did when I got older. Just watching him grow up, I heard all the kids always talking about him, always yelling on the playground, Kobe when they make a shot. But once we got older and social media started taking over, you kind of started growing it. You'd go into a hole of watching videos on Kobe, his determination, his tenacity, his drive to go, even for the littlest thing, whether it was dribbling with his left hand, doing a crossover, doing a simple drill. Everything that he put into his craft is something that you can do for everyday life.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that he always inspired me, because whenever I need motivation or something along those lines, I go on to YouTube, start looking up random videos of people, inspirational talks or inspirational players such as Kobe. And it would put you on a different mindset and get you onto the path that you need to get to that next level that you wanted to be. So he was more of an icon of determination and drive and just how you should live your life.
I agree. He definitely inspired a ton. I want to say also thank you for finding the victims' names and making sure we share them. I've seen a lot of people get upset because everyone's just saying rest in peace Kobe, and everyone's saying the other lives matter just as much. But you just have to understand, a lot of people, when the story first got released and a lot of people shared their condolences, the other names were not released. We didn't know the exact number. A lot of news sources
they just knew that it was Kobe's private helicopter, and what was crazy was they were on their way to a travel basketball game for his daughter.
It was a Kobe Bryant basketball academy tournament that his daughter was going to play in. Kobe was he's a coach of one of the teams, I think, or something like that, and so is some of the other parents and the other girls that were, the other teenage girls that were in it, were part of the thing as well. So there's actually a really sad video, maybe we can get that up there, or not video, but a photo of all the participants who were at the academy, who were waiting on Kobe and those people to arrive. They took a knee and a moment of silence and all that stuff. And
and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say this. I believe genuinely that since I have come of age to pay attention and really understand the gravity of situations like this, and also since the age of social media, I don't think a single death has shocked the world as much as this did.
Oh yeah,
this was a gut check.
I think the last time I probably think of something like that would maybe be Michael Jackson or something.
Yeah, he really was that big in his world. I mean, I was just telling someone earlier that when people made a shot in basketball, they never yelled Jordan or Michael,
it was always
which
Kobe.
is crazy. It's just Kobe. It became such
Kobe all day.
And he became and he was in the younger generation in comparison to Michael. So he resonated with people in our generation and the generation right before us a little bit more. He played side by side with Shaq.
In our case, when we were born, he was just getting into his prime.
Right.
Yeah.
So everybody knew his name. So it's just like Tiger Woods. Yeah. I heard his name all the time when I was younger. Same thing with Kobe.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. Is the three major sports guys was, you had Tiger in those days, Kobe Bryant, Peyton Manning, and Tom Brady. Those were the guys.
A-Rod in baseball.
Yeah, A-Rod, Derek Jeter. Those were the guys. David Ortiz, people like those. It was just And now it's kind of, what's funny is I've had one conversation about, you see all these guys retired now, or they're going to retire, or they have retired, and it's weird to see that. But then now you have one who obviously he didn't pass away from like old age, so he wasn't that old, but it's the fact that he died, so it's
I was telling Rebecca when we first heard about it, it's crazy that he'd worked so hard his entire life to build that career and that living that they had, and then a couple years after he retired,
that's what I was telling Courtney last night. He literally just started his life, and he's grinded for so long, and finally able to like get with his family,
and
do
he's retired, he can enjoy his life.
I scrolled through his Twitter for a little bit, and I saw a tweet he had a couple days ago to somebody. One like stilling tweet I saw was where I think it was like the commissioner of the league for the NBA passed, or a guy who used to be the commissioner, and he was saying like rest in peace to him. And then I saw someone as a reply to that edit the photo to make it look like they were both like in heaven, and he was dapping him up instead, and it was the commissioner saying rest in peace or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, like that hit me. Yeah. And then also he had tweeted to somebody like a day before that, and it said "Welcome to retirement, brother." Yeah. It's officially like, and then.
But yeah, it's
and tough, then obviously the night before he passed.
The night before
he
he
tweeted
passed.
LeBron.
Yeah, because LeBron had just passed him on the all-time career scoring points.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, LeBron moved up to third place in all-time scoring, and Kobe's tweet said, "Continue moving the game forward at King James. Much respect, my brother." Hashtag 33,644, which is the points that LeBron has scored. And to me, like stuff like that, first of all, on the court, Kobe was a killer. Okay, that's what they always call it. Like he was like, he didn't have friends on the court. You know what I mean? He didn't have friends on the court. He just dominated people. But off the court, he was a really, really good dude. He did all this charity work, and he was a nice guy. He was a father of 4 kids. And but he's also like a friend of the game. Like people, he just appreciated like players of the game. That's how
one thing I loved is how he challenged other players.
Yeah,
like retired and all, he's tweeting at him. Yeah, everybody's tweeting at him like, "Hey, Kobe, what's my challenge? Score this many points, get this triple double, do this, do that."
Yeah, exactly.
Just trying to make people perfect their game.
Yeah, all these young guys, I've seen interviews like in the rookie year or so. It's like, hey, how'd you perfect your shot on this, whatever? Oh, I went and worked out with Kobe for a while. Like people go to him even after retirement, like we're going to him and saying, hey, help me with this.
Which 2 guys that actually went and like got his help and had training from him, which I was actually talking to you guys earlier, was Trae Young and Devin Booker.
Yeah,
them in their games yesterday. It was this crazy stat I saw on SportsCenter. They both took 24 shots. Combined in points, they scored 81 points, which was Kobe's career high in one game.
That's really cool.
That gives you chills.
That's weird.
Gives me
things like that
chills
happen in the sporting world that I've seen, and it's so crazy because like there was a Cincinnati Reds pitcher, I can't remember his name, but his father passed away. This is like 2-3 years ago. His father passes away, and then like the day after, like his father passed away like the evening before, and then he had a game the next morning. The next morning he's like doing a prayer and stuff. He's a pitcher, okay? Pitchers don't do this. He goes up to bat, hits a home run. Because he was like doing this whole tribute to his dad before the bat, and he got super emotional, was crying on the field. And it's like shit like that happens. Like pitchers don't normally hit home runs, and then the day after his father dies, he's praying for it, and he just goes out there and does it. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's It's especially like you guys said, it wasn't just in the sporting world. Kobe was such an inspiration to just the youth, anyone in athletic youth, anyone in fitness, anybody who had to make goals.
You didn't even have to be into basketball. You could be into anything. You could be into crafting.
That's the thing. And what's funny, there's an interview too, and this kind of goes to what you're saying, Kevin, because it wasn't just the sporting world in general. It's just your general life. There's an interview he did maybe after his retirement, and was like, he's like, the Black Mamba nickname, it's not a nickname, it's a mentality. He's like, it's a mentality of like every day you try to go out there and make yourself better. Whether it be in basketball or just doing your daily job, whatever it is, or your daily life. So it's like that's what people loved about him is he just he connected to everyone.
I was telling Courtney yesterday that I could not believe that the death of one person that I have no clue who he is could affect you so much, but I know him. I know exactly who Kobe is. Exactly. Maybe not his habits, his tendencies for like home life, but who he is as a person, his drive, his commitment. You know Kobe for that.
Yeah,
and that's
open.
what like kind of kicks you in the chest when you heard about it. Like I didn't believe it at first. I got off work yesterday, started scrolling through social media. First thing popped up, Kobe Bryant death. I was like, oh no, this is clickbait.
Yep.
Scroll through, maybe the next 5 posts, 3 of them were about it.
Yeah.
And it kind of just sunk in.
Rebecca had told me, she said, hey, Kobe Bryant died. And I was sitting on the couch. We were at her friend's house 2 hours away from here. We went on like a little road trip. And she said, Kobe Bryant died. And I'm like, I remember looking at her and, who? Kobe Bryant. And I go, no. And I literally grabbed the phone from her. I'm like, no. And I click on the link and I realized that it's like a reputable source. And I scrolled through and it just happened like 12 minutes. It was like 12 minutes old, the post. I scrolled down 12 minutes ago. So it was 12 minutes after. And it shocked me. And then I saw a tweet that went viral very quickly that said, like, I think the entire world is in shock right now.
Oh, everyone was shocked.
Absolutely.
Because so much of that
Everybody's
stuff comes out
reaction
fake
was
too.
the same as ours.
I
Just
woke
what?
up, you know, and I woke up yesterday morning and I got a text actually from Ashley and I was like, you know, I was just thinking, I just seen it was a text. I was just thinking it was just whatever. And then I read it and it was like, Kobe died. I was just thinking like no. I responded like, no, he didn't know. Right. So then I was like, I instantly went to ESPN.
Isn't it just crazy, man?
Mamba doesn't die.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
That's exactly what I thought.
It's hard
like,
to believe. It really is. Because you don't expect that. It happens with a lot of celebrities, I guess. With, you know, you obviously don't, people die all the time, but I'm saying you just don't expect certain things to happen. But
it's just something that makes you sit back and kind of look at life.
Yeah.
And somebody that has everything in this life that they could possibly have, and then something freak like this could happen.
Yeah.
Makes you sit back and want to tell people that are around you that you love them.
I agree.
So I wanted to share this. This was actually something that your sister posted on Facebook here. But,
one of 100 things.
What's that?
One of 100 things.
So it was something that she shared that I thought was really cool because I was reading it and I was like, that's cool. I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's not really like cool. It's just something that I think people should understand. So it says, think about this person tonight, Vanessa, who is Kobe Bryant's wife. On the worst day of her life, the person who isn't going to be the subject of your memes and posts, but who is suffering more than most of us can ever imagine. Not only does this woman have to bury her soulmate, but also her child, her child also. This is the kind of pain, or this is the kind of pain life doesn't prepare you for. Nope. My heart breaks for Vanessa Bryant. My whole heart breaks for all the families and the 9 people involved in the helicopter crash. That's crazy, man. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
I can speak from my sister's side, especially with her posting that. It's never easy when you lose somebody close to you.
Yeah.
Like, we all know that feeling. Mm-hmm. It doesn't go away, sits around at all times, and it creeps up on you. Yeah. Especially for being in Vanessa's shoes. Her husband's king of the world, practically. Especially in the athletic community, sporting community, everything else. She's always going to say about this. She's always going to be on that front page news, and it's hard. But at the same time, she has millions and millions of people behind her. Yeah, that will show her that support.
But at what point do you want 1,000 people to reach out versus 1 million? And then you every single 12 months, she's going to be reminded. It's going to be all over everything. It's going to be, and maybe she does some good, and maybe some good comes out of it. Maybe I could very well see her using some of their fortune at some point to help families who have lost a significant other. Yeah, do some sort of foundation. Because you also got to think about the siblings too.
Yeah, you had 3 other kids.
It was the eldest daughter. So
what's it?
The eldest daughter.
Oh wow.
So, and then also, speaking about his wife going through this and the rest of their family, have some respect. I'll scroll through social media today, like I did yesterday. I scrolled through looking at tons of stuff about Kobe until I saw literally a meme trying to make a joke about it. And I got off my phone. And I didn't touch it for us tonight.
It's ridiculous.
And if I see something today, I'll do the same exact thing. I'll just get off and I won't look at it. Have some respect because you're not... Here's where I'm going with this.
That's the ultimate troll thing.
More importantly than somebody just posting a meme. A lot of people don't know this. TMZ was the first person to publish this story.
Yep.
They got the leak from what must have been law enforcement because nobody else had known yet other than the first responders. They got a leak, probably paid somebody for it, I imagine. Hey, I got a really good story. How much do you want for it? Law enforcement officer leaks it. TMZ publishes it with the only details of Kobe Bryant died. They didn't know how many. They didn't know who it was. TMZ published the story
no information
before his family was notified.
Yeah.
Literally, Vanessa didn't know.
Yep.
And TMZ published it to the entire world. She very well got 1 million notifications on Twitter and saw it on there before she got a phone call saying that her husband died in a helicopter.
That's
and
so
her daughter.
hard, man.
She found out from Twitter and people giving their condolences before she found out from a first responder or agency of the state government or whatever that would have normally reached out during that. And that's, unfortunately, bad news travels fast in the world we live in today. But the fact that a company as soulless and as reptilian and as much of a snake as TMZ is would publish that before knowing any of the details and or knowing that his entire family knows about it is so thirsty and disgusting to me that for once in my life, I want cancel culture to stand up and cancel the living hell out of TMZ.
Yeah.
Destroy that company's stock. Don't look at anything they have to post. That's ridiculous to me that his wife had to find out from TMZ on Twitter before she heard that her husband and daughter had passed.
Yeah.
Because guess what? We didn't know his daughter passed until 30, 45 minutes after we knew he passed because the reports were confirmed. But the second she heard about it, she knew.
Yeah.
She knew her daughter, who
Like,
was
it's
also
crazy
on the
because the first report that I saw, it said 5 people. And the next report I see, it says
I
9.
seen the same thing, and then
I
it
was like-
turned into 9.
Right.
And I was like, wait,
Like, how do you just not know about the other people?
Yeah, I know,
like,
yeah.
why is
I
that
agree.
not information that you want to figure out before you go
I'm sure
posting
there's some
something?
sort of flight log, before, But so real quick, I want to go over a couple of the pretty much the stats just to show you how good Kobe Bryant was. Okay, so a couple things about Kobe. So he played 20 years in the NBA. He was
That's a
41
milestone
years.
as it
Yeah, he was
is.
41 years old as of when he passed and everything. So he was born not born. He was drafted in 1996, first round, 13th overall pick. He's won 5 NBA championships, which Jordan's won 6, so he's just one away from there. So
Right.
a lot of people, have that comparison of who's better.
Him, Jordan, or LeBron.
That's one thing I
Yeah.
loved is like a lot of the accounts now, they're dropping that debate.
Oh,
They
yeah.
said no more debate,
Yeah.
just remembrance.
Yeah, exactly. He was an 18-time All-Star, a 15-time member of the All-NBA team, 12-time member of the All-Defensive team, and 2008 NBA Most Valuable Player. He led the NBA in scoring during 2 seasons, which was 2006 and 2008, I believe. Ranks 4th on the league's all-time scoring list. He was 3rd, but now he's 4th because
You're right.
LeBron passed him. And then so that was what. Yeah,
And
so I'm
it's
just saying,
funny,
that's just a testament
if
of.
anybody listens to those stats and thinks, oh, that's not that good, like, oh, yeah, there's some numbers. Just the small percentage chance that you even make it to the NBA is so low that it's crazy that a guy can go in there and then do those numbers consistently.
Right.
Yeah.
Have those numbers all the time and drive his team to championships.
Speaking of numbers, thank you for finding those stats. I also remember there's petitions out there right now for the NBA to retire the number 24.
Oh, for sure. They should do it.
Mark
But
Cuban.
Whether they do it or not, Mark Cuban, who some of you may know from Shark Tank, he's a
He's
self-made
also-
billionaire. He
he's
also
also
owns the Dallas
yeah.
Mavericks, and he has said that even for the Dallas Mavericks, the number 24 will never be worn again.
Yeah.
Which I think
it should do
all the teams are going to end
And I
up
think
adopting that
him
plan.
doing it will motivate that.
Yeah.
So appreciate you looking at the stats.
Yeah.
That really just shows the gravity
thanks,
of
Juice.
his leverage in the league. So, well,
One last thing, I just wanted to show
Good.
a couple tweets from around. I mean, this is a couple, but a couple tweets from people that like celebrities. So Shaq, he actually tweeted yesterday, "There are no words to express the pain I'm going through with this tragedy of losing my niece Gigi." So he thought of Gianna as his niece. My brother Kobe Bryant, I love you and you will be missed. Condolences goes out to the Bryant family and the families of the other passengers on board. I'm sick right now. Then Barack Obama tweeted, Kobe was a legend on the court and getting started in what would have been a meaningful second act. To lose Gianna even more heartbreaking to us as parents. Michelle and I send love and prayers to Vanessa and the entire Bryant family on an unthinkable day.
I like
And
that,
then,
Obama, that second
yeah,
act.
That was it. Yeah. That's what the ones
That
I
was
thought
a
were
classy
pretty cool.
tweet right there.
Yeah.
Hey guys, so real quick, we wanted to cut in the show. Rebecca filled us in on something we thought was really neat while we were recording, and we didn't find out about it from her until after we were done with the episode. So we wanted to check in real quick and just fill you in on this tidbit because we thought it was really neat.
Kobe is actually going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame early. That's just a crazy fact alone because inevitably we all knew Kobe was probably going to be inducted. But with the criteria, with him just retiring in 2016, he hadn't met that criteria, which is you have to be retired for 4 full seasons of the NBA to actually be inducted. And with them just like taking it on and inducting him to the Hall of Fame, it's awesome just because of everything that happened.
You know, as much as big of a sports fan as you are, you know how crazy it is to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's so they have to create. The NBA had to cut corners for this, of course. Now, this is a special privilege that they're giving Kobe Bryant and his legacy, which is really cool. So, not everyone gets inducted in the Hall of Fame, as you guys know. You know, it's in anything. There's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There's Hall of Fames for just about every professional thing. It's not easy to get in it. You have to be one of the greats. To be honest with you. So he'll join. Tim Duncan's in there, going to be inducted. Kevin Garnett will be inducted this year, and that will be happening in August. Is when they do the whole ceremony. So look forward to watching that, guys.
And I'm sure any of those gentlemen would have gladly given their spot. No one will be upset about them cutting corners for this. Well deserved.
I'm just glad that Kobe's going to be at the top of the basketball game world for all time.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So, anyways, well deserved. And that's it. Back to the show. I mean, I think that's where we're going to wrap it up. We don't want to dwell on it too much. It's sad. We didn't want to go on for 2 hours and just talk about Kobe Bryant because people may assume we're doing that just to try to get views or anything. We just wanted to at least spend half the episode today to show our condolences and show you how much he meant to each of us and obviously to everyone else in the world. So, number 24, you will be missed. Thank you for everything you offered the youth, the world, the NBA, and every other faction you ever had anything to do with. And prayers to your family. That's
also, if Kobe has affected your life in any way, whatever you do, whatever you have done in your life, go ahead and drop a comment below. We'd like to hear it.
Yeah, we would. And that's it from us, I think. So that wraps up episode 9.
You'll be missed, Kobe.
Episode 10 coming next week. And until then,
Kobe.
Kobe.